Welcome back.
No idea what episode it is, brother. It has been
A minute.
almost
When was Sheffield?
a month and a bit. 2 months. Man, has it been 2 months since we recorded?
No, it's the end of January.
And what is it now? Middle of March.
Early March.
Early, man.
Hasn't been the 20th yet. Early.
Yeah. It's this also, by the way, I suppose we better address it off the bat in case it is actually happening. We're going to try a new camera setup. This could go horrifically
Yeah, you see
wrong.
if it is actually happening or it's just one of us.
Yeah, it's
on
one of us
screen
and
right now.
the other person is off screen.
Yeah.
Anyway, a lot of people listen on Spotify, so they'll be fine either which way.
Missing out.
Yeah, so we have like 2 months of stuff to catch up on.
Yes, we do.
Where the fuck do we begin?
Sheffield, perhaps?
Yeah, how's that?
I'm sure everybody's seen
Yeah.
how Sheffield performances were. It was great, though. I really enjoyed being there.
Yeah.
It's events like that that bring people together that we don't see often. Our GB friends come to mind.
Yeah.
Even Joey, your coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
We never see them guys. You know, we probably should. We said this after.
Yeah.
It's like we're so close, especially
No,
the GB guys.
man, it's literally like a 30-minute flight.
Sometimes flights are on sale for like €15. Like,
Yeah.
why do we just pop?
Yeah,
in?
well, why don't they come fucking visit us? Bro?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Why don't you come to
This is
fucking
at-
Ireland?
At all of them who are not
Yeah.
listening right now. I'll take a clip and send it
All
to
you
them.
GB boys.
Yeah. And anyone, to be honest, open invitation. Everyone come to Ireland. Come
Yeah,
train
just
with
don't
us.
stay with me.
Yeah,
Just stay with Andrew.
Yeah, everyone's welcome. Anyway, crazy. So come to Southside Gym Sandyford, and hopefully I'll get
we'll see you
commission
there.
off that. I'll get commission
We'll
off
see
the
you
day
there.
passes.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sheffield lifting was it happened.
Russ the goat.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
That was really good. Ade, very
Ade's
close.
fucking sick.
Matt, we talked to Ade. To be honest, I think we'll try get Ade on for a proper chat because we spoke to him in the lobby of like the Lifter Hotel. One of the most interesting minds in powerlifting, I think. One of the most fascinating guys. As he was talking, my mind was, do you know the memes of like where there's like so many calculations going on in your head?
Yeah.
That's what was happening as Ade was speaking. He is a very smart guy, a very intellectual guy. Super, super fascinating.
Is he like a data analyst?
He said something like that. He said he did maths. He studied maths and yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. He was showing us his spreadsheets and stuff.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Here's what my back down's going to be in 3 years.
Literally.
Yeah, he's very, very clever.
Yeah,
Very
so
clever.
I can't even explain it. Like I won't do it justice if I try to explain it. So we'll definitely
He self-coaches for anyone that doesn't know.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what we're referring to is that he was discussing his training plans
Yeah.
and why he does and why he makes certain decisions in his training and how he feels about it. He's very relaxed about it because he's just relying on the numbers. It's just like, well, the numbers say this.
Yeah,
he
he's very
predicted,
much like that. He's like
all the competitors' numbers to the within 2.5.
their openers, their seconds, their thirds, everything was in like 2.5 kilos. And he was like, oh, like people can post their stuff on training, but like there's a pattern, like there's a thread, and you're like, this guy is seeing shit that I'm not even. Do you know the way we were talking about before? The way like depending on like the languages that you use, sometimes there's certain people who they have a name for a color that we can't even like decipher. This guy's seeing patterns that I've never considered in my life.
Or do we just make it more complicated? It's like,
I don't know.
I have a feeling numbers are just pretty standard, and unless you do something crazy, you're not going to jump or jump up or down in your numbers more than the progress you have been making.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been making progress, maybe there's something you just need to put yourself back online with, and then it will look like a jump.
You can see a jump.
Yeah. He's very interesting. I'd love to have him on.
So interesting. Yeah. So anyway, we'll line that up. We got
Well, I was going to say while we were there, we had a Nando's every day.
Man, we're not getting Nando's.
This is what it
today.
became. The first day we were like, oh my God, we're above a Nando's.
Yeah,
Our
there's
apartment's
literally
above a
Nando's directly below.
So we have to get a Nando's.
Yeah.
The next day we were like, we're going to cook, but maybe Nando's just so easy.
Yeah, we'll just get it like for lunch and then we'll cook dinner.
Didn't cook dinner. The next day we're like, no, we're cooking tonight.
Yeah, have to.
Nando's. We were cooking Nando's on the plate.
And then the last day we were crying. We were literally crying, looking at each other saying, we're not getting Nando's today.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
not
Monday, was that what happened?
And
No, we
day-
went Thursday and we had a Nando's with Listus. We had a Nando's 5 days in a row. The last time. Tell them about the last time we had the Nando.
Oh no. Okay, but okay. Just to preface, every day it was like a sharing platter of Nando's. So
Yeah, don't say sharing platter.
Yeah. It was 2 sharing platters.
It was a family platter.
Yeah,
£25.
Oh, more. I think 30-something pound. Yeah.
I think it was relatively. It worked out way cheaper than just getting a bunch of stuff for yourself, and we did that because we were on our feet most of the time, so we didn't really eat often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to make a joke there, but no, we're moving past it. No, don't worry. Yeah, we're moving around a lot and you're like busy. We kind of said going over because the main thing for us was trying to get content over that trip. We were like, we are willing to sacrifice like food and sleep for this to maximize any of the social opportunities that we have.
Yeah.
So if you can get 3 and a bit thousand calories in one meal, hell yeah, brother, I'm going to do that. Yeah. So that's what we were doing. There's one day the Domino's. We were there was a Domino's and a KFC beside each other, and we were like, Domino's, KFC, Domino's, KFC. Which one will we get?
Let's just walk into Domino's.
We'll walk into Domino's and see. And we walk in, and there's some guy who is absolutely smashed, like he's hammered, and he just what did he even say? He's like, "Does anyone want this pizza?
Who the fuck wants this pizza? I don't want it." And we're like, "Oh man," and he's like, "No, I ordered 2 by accident." And he was eating this little small yolk, and he had a large.
Tiny pizza, and he had a whole large one untouched.
We were like,
oh, shame for it to go to waste.
Are you sure? And he was like, I'm not taking it.
Yeah, he was pissed, man. He was like, oh, I'm pissed. I'm pissed that I got this pizza. So we ate a free full pizza and then went to KFC after.
KFC. That made the decision for us. Because you were going to get both anyway, so at least one was free.
Oh, fat fucking bastard.
Yeah. What, did you lose weight that trip though?
Yeah. So that was good. Then the last day, cooked.
Yeah. Why?
Because after Sheffield, everyone celebrates. It's like a coming together of many different people across like powerlifting. You don't know.
Bro's describing a party. For anyone who doesn't know what a party is.
A celebration of joy and happiness and coming together. Yeah.
Communal.
Yeah, no, people were just getting fucked up. And we were recording a podcast, so we didn't go out till late. So we ended up drinking.
We drank on the podcast though.
No, not the one that day. Oh, we did drink on the podcast with the Reagan one. Yeah. But we the next night. Yeah. So we were late to go out. And so that meant that we drank very, very quick. Like we didn't go out. Yeah. We drank very quick, basically, and then had a lot of drinks in a short space of time thereafter.
Yeah. We were shooting with weeds. And then he left, and we ran down and got like a shoulder.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's too much. I need like a drink each. And you were like,
Get it into it. You'll be fine. I was smashed. Okay,
I've never been so smashed since I was like 16. I haven't been that smashed that fast.
Because we drank it in probably 5 minutes before we headed out the door. So anyway, lots of drinks in a short space of time thereafter when we went out. And I don't know about you.
I don't know about you.
Whenever I drink, I always just still wake up early, like the next morning. So even if you're going to bed at like 4 a.m., I'll wake up at 6:30, regardless. Like I can't sleep in after drinking. I don't know what it is. My body is just suffering. And then I'm suffering more the next day with the lack of sleep more than anything else. Anyway, still woke up in the morning and I was drunk. We were flying back. We were actually going to try get Russ on the podcast. We chatted to him briefly, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, like hit me up tonight." And man, I was speaking to people after this, and they're like, "Are you?" I was gonna drop like a word that we're not gonna say in the podcast. Are you stupid? Because he said to us, he was like, "Oh, hit me up tonight," and we were like, "Oh, we're flying home, bro. It's like €40 to buy a flight. Why did we not just stay on?"
I believe he was just saying,
fobbing us off. Fair.
Maybe what he meant was, I'll consider it later. I'm not considering it now.
He said he gave King the Lifts. King the Lifts first dibs. Anyway,
I get that,
woke up still drunk. I was like trying to hold it together because I was like, Joey said there's an off chance that Russ can record. So I was like, man, 2 hours sleep. I'm still drunk and we might have to record with Russ. Anyway, we didn't, and we were like, okay, we need to eat because we're getting a flight. Got a Nando's platter again, and one bite of chicken, and I was like, mine
came out, and I was like, ha ha. I was like overreacting. I was like, oh my god. I look up, and he's like, over the plate. He's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, I'm suffering. I'm getting like cold sweats. I'm getting like shivers.
He's just like forking the chicken back and forth. The plate's like this size as well.
And he was like, "Man, are you tired?" And I was like, "Don't." And I got up, didn't say anything, went up to the bathroom. As soon as I opened the door to the bathroom, heaving. I was heaving. I was like, "Rrr," and managed just about to hobble my way to the sink. Yeah. You know what happened. I'll spare you the details. What is known need not be stated. Chundering all up in that sink.
Yeah.
And there was literally only one bite of chicken, and then it was just all
Bile.
Yeah, bile.
And alcohol.
Yeah. No food, because the last thing I'd eaten was the Nando's platter about 24 hours before that as well. Yeah, so like one bite of chicken and then bile.
Do you feel better after that?
My eyes were like watering, and I felt like a cat. You know, when a cat is like hocking up a fur ball.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like in the thing, and I was like, if anyone walks in here right now,
a little bit loud. Were you screaming like?
It was all scromming, scream vomiting like.
I've been there.
Yeah, man. And to be honest, I think I've only ever gotten sick from drink twice in my life, and never the next day. Anyway, that was cooked, and then I came back downstairs, and then I ate the full platter.
Yes,
Hell
you
yeah,
did.
I felt
Yes,
so much
you
better
did.
after I got sick. That's all I needed, brother. That's all I needed. So yeah, we got that in, and this is elite level sports, brother. Elite athletes right here.
Man. Sheffield, though, one of, if not the main takeaway from it was, maybe, I don't know how to word that into one sentence. I guess something I really enjoyed about it was our time spent making like wholesome, genuinely connected like relationships. But we already had the relationships, more like we just really got to connect with the people. Yeah, I was trying to avoid that word.
Yeah,
but
that's all right, brother. Lean into it.
Yeah, Reagan especially. Really.
We went really deep on Reagan. Man, anyone who was watching the episode, man, Reagan was like 2 Andrews, 1 dildo. 2 Andrews, my barbell.
To be fair, Reagan's episode was particularly deep.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is there was like a profound connectedness with each guest and others, with friends as well.
Yeah.
That we just seem to be like entering worlds with these people. And I was like, damn, this is what life's about, man.
It is.
This is what life's about. Nothing is more fulfilling than sitting down with someone.
And getting to know them.
And getting
to see their soul a little bit.
Getting to understand their meaning.
Yeah.
Their worldview.
Yeah. Doesn't get better than that.
That was amazing.
Man, if I could just get paid to talk to people. Doesn't get better than that.
Don't you already?
Kinda. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's maybe text is different. Yeah.
Oh, just like this format. Oh, come on. It doesn't get better than that. Just to get to know people.
Sing it to me.
Yeah, getting through the small talk.
Yeah.
Man, just wading through that. Get rid of that small talk. One of the things that, I don't know if this contributed, man, you just ask something real personal, just off the bat. You just do.
Stop beating around the goddamn
man,
bush.
what is your biggest insecurity?
No one cares about the bush.
Oh, shave it.
Good with the lawnmowers. Go straight through that thing. And you ask them, what's your biggest insecurity?
Man, that is like,
what keeps you up at night?
I love
what's something you change about yourself?
Yeah.
If you woke up tomorrow and everything was perfect, what would it look like?
What is the perfect day for you?
Yeah. What's your best childhood memory?
Ooh, what's one trait you love about yourself?
Yeah.
What's one trait you love about another person in this room?
What's something you hope your kids pick up from you?
Oh, come on now. Yeah, those kind of questions? Man, forget everything else.
Oh,
I don't need to know any of it.
Yeah, I don't care what the weather's like back home.
I don't care how your training is going. Do not tell me how your training is going.
I know how it's going. You do up downs with the bar. Okay? I don't know what makes you tick. And when, oh my God, when you get into those conversations.
Yeah. Beautiful.
We were up late night, each night, having those conversations with people.
Until 3-4 a.m.
Saturday night?
Yeah.
With the group?
Yeah. That's probably one of the highlights of my life.
Oh my God.
8-9 people in a room all just fucking...
Shared intimate fucking...
Yeah. Just
closeness,
the things that you... the things you don't share, the things that you keep like covered up, the part like I was gonna say the parts of yourself you don't show.
You show.
Yeah, like the things you are insecure about, the things that you are, I don't know, scared to talk about.
And the things that just don't come up in everyday conversation.
Yeah, the things we want to hide about ourselves.
They're the most satisfying when you get them off your chest and you get to share them.
And then you're and it's supportive.
With someone who wants to know as well, though.
Around people who are supporting you, and they're also creating the safe space because they're also sharing these parts of themselves.
Because here's what I find as well, is the bare minimum to an enjoyable conversation is that I'm interested in what they have to say. They don't inherently have to ask me anything.
Yeah.
If I just learn about them, I'm happy. Yeah. But then what tends to happen is when you show someone a genuine curiosity, they develop but what about you? How do you view this? And then it's like, it's just like this flow, and man, it's beautiful. I've been loving it.
Yeah, trying to carry that through.
Yeah.
To everyday life. Again, Sheffield was a very unique environment where there was so many people come together that you don't normally see. But man, if you can do that everyday life, just people you're coming across. I think after that trip as well, I had a number of like experiences of there was an elderly gentleman who came up to me like in the fucking supermarket. I was trying to get like mince for dinner, and he was just like looking. I was in my shorts and he was looking at my leg and he was like, "I fucking love that tattoo. That's so sick."
He's like 37.
What? No, this guy was in his 50s, I'd say. 50s,
Okay.
He's like, I love those tattoos. That's so sick. Can I like? And then he's like looking at the rest of it, and then he saw like a little bit of my arm, and then he's looking at the arm, and I was like, oh, do you? He had like long hair, and he had like ear piercings and stuff. And then he was showing me his tattoos. He was like in jeans, like he was showing me up to just ended up having a chat with this guy about and then we went outside and there was a real cute dog outside, and then got in the car and I was driving off, and then I saw him like taking the dog off the leash, and he was walking away with the dog, and it was his dog, so I wandered out the window and I was like, oh, your dog's so cute, and it was like, oh, it's you, thanks. Just like those kind of interactions, come on, that makes life worth living for me. That's just beautiful.
Paying people compliments, wanting to know what they know, and wanting to know what they think and believe matters. Giving them time. What else?
Just hearing their story.
Wanting to hear their story, though. Not asking shallow questions like, very semantic questions. Asking what they feel about certain ideas.
Man, do you know what gives me the shit? If you know... If you know someone's asking you a question just so they can answer it. So man, fuck off. I'm sick of this, man. Man, you can smell it.
Just skip my answer. Just skip the question.
Man, sometimes they do. You're halfway through, brother. And then it's, because I did it. Piss off, man.
Just skip me. And just go.
You just tell me.
The loop
don't ask. Just start the conversation. I did this thing.
Yeah.
Do you know that is something I realised that it's something I noticed about myself. In conversations with people who I don't know very well, I'm almost always just asking them questions. And then riffing off that, but like continually asking the other person questions. But when it's the people that I'm actually really close with, I find I talk about myself too much. Not too much, but when you're in the close circle, then it's almost like I'm talking to it's like I'm speaking to myself a little bit just by rambling thoughts and getting them out. But I'm like, damn, I should be asking you more often how your day's going, brother. I do, but like I need to. Sometimes I've just got something on my head and I want to get it off my chest, but I need to make sure that the close relationships that I have, I still treat them with that level of curiosity and focus on the other person as much as I do with new people, perhaps.
Yeah. If you average it out, you still do treat them with the same level of curiosity. There's just more disclosure from yourself, and that's fair. That's fine. It's like maybe in isolation, one day feels like Jesus. I said a lot there today, myself, but like over the week, over the 2 weeks, you take twice as much in.
Man, I don't know why I'm
What's going on with you,
sensitive to these. Man, you
sensitive.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But the supermarket interaction makes me, and all the Sheffield interactions and the conversations, life's for loving, man.
Yeah.
Stop hating on people. Like, if you're getting harped down on negatives, please do your best. Talk to someone about how to get out of it. But also, man, you said something to me a few weeks ago or a few months ago, and it didn't resonate until time went on and my brain started to link experiences and ideas to what you said. one quality or characteristic of people's personalities and behaviors that is unattractive to be around is people being judgmental and like negatively critical of people for no gain. There's no gain to that, as opposed to the opposite. And I'm seeing it more and more where when you are leaning towards like a judgmental attitude and that's your mood, that's your kind of negative mood, it's such a negative baseline compared to the opposite where you're looking for good in what people are doing and not getting harped down on negatives. Bad things happen and people do bad things, but it's like then you just feel bad harping on about the bad things or the less optimal things. But then also what that starts to bleed into is you actually just start to rate everything as you start to give everything some sort of scale or some sort of metric when things are just things. People are just people. People aren't good or bad. Then it started to come into powerlifting. And people were like, how do you do with a bad day? I was like, what's a bad day? I just went and lifted. Lifts aren't good or bad. They're just up and down.
Oh!
There's numbers.
Brother.
So anyway, sorry, that was a ramble. But there's just so much love in life. And life is so pleasant when you notice yourself, reflect and say, oh, I am actually focusing on the negative here. What's positive? And then when you just see everyone else, you're not trying to bring people down, you're trying to lift people up.
Hell yeah.
Feels good.
Why started the book, The Gap in the Gain. We have talked about it on this, but I hadn't read it. I just heard people talk about the premise of it, and I really like the premise, but now I'm going through the book. Beautiful. Beautiful. It was just what I needed at the moment, I think. We'll get into like the training side of things, but The Gap in the Gain. And man, it applies to like everything. When you are looking at this like, the gap from where you are now to this like some ideal that you've created in the future, and then you're never happy now because you've placed happiness in this future ideal that you're not there yet. So you're always placing happiness away from where it is right now, as opposed to looking back and always measuring backwards, which they refer to a lot in this, and seeing how far you've come and all the gains, but applying that to everything. And one of the things that's been really helpful for me is they talk about the goal is not that you never go into the gap or you never make comparisons or judgments or this was a bad day based on, again, like an ideal that doesn't exist. You are completely lost my train of thought. Man, I took a scoop of pre-workout on the drive here.
Did you?
Man, yeah.
Why?
Because I'm going to train and I don't want to take it later. Because I won't sleep if I take it later. Man, I was in the car, I was blaring my music full blast. I was like, oh,
was
going
it,
crazy.
Tool?
And, yeah, no, it was Tool. It was going crazy. Man, I used to be listening to Spanish music and now I'm just going hard on the metal because of training. Anyway, yeah, so you're making a gap to what is there in the future. You're no longer doing that. You're not making an ideal. Completely lost my train of thought. I can't even actually remember what I was saying as I was saying it.
You're just explaining the gap in the game.
Yeah.
You're explaining you don't always have to avoid the gap.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, brother. Yeah,
You're welcome.
Yeah, the goal is not to never go into the gap. It is just to be able to notice when you are going into the gap and then get yourself back centered again. Yeah. Because the guy who came up with this concept, no, I'm not biting on that one. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
You can't go into the gap. You just have to come back out.
Quick.
Don't overstay your welcome.
Definitely don't. Man, there's another. Okay, there's some things that are happening in powerlifting that we just cannot talk about.
Oh my god,
Gaston at the September.
Gaston. Bro felt bad for like imitating Gaston the lifters. Yeah, Gaston the lifters.
Yeah, no, he's dust, man. Do you know, I actually thought about that after because I was like, oh, maybe that impersonation. Should I take that out of the thing? Nah, man.
No.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that
I'm
guy.
sure there's a lot of people who don't know what the story is, but just trust me when I say, fuck that guy.
Ask someone.
Yeah, ask someone who knows. I'm not saying no, I'm not participating in rumors, but fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, the guy who came up with this concept of the gap in the gain, he was saying that like he will often find himself falling into those negative comparisons. It's not that never happens. He's like, that'll happen to me 10 times a day. It's just that you can identify it. And when you identify it, start measuring backwards, looking at all the gains, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
So that's something that's been really helpful for me as it relates to training. But will we go into that? Yeah, I feel like there's so much more to catch up on from like Sheffield up to your comp, then from your comp now to my comp.
It's not too much to tell about my comp. I had managed to string together a few good weeks of training, good, heavy, and like hit some double PBs, but still wasn't in a place to take weights that were like PB level. Like say I squatted 265 for 2 at 10, but my PB is 287. I just did not have that in me. Like I don't think even the day I squatted 265 for 2, I have a feeling 275 still would have been my 1RM, which it was on the day. And then deadlifts, I was just empty by the time I got to deadlifts. Benched 185 for bronze.
Hell yeah, he did.
Which was fun. That was very fun.
On the podium. Yeah. That's my boy on the podium
Give
up there.
Very fun, very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Absolutely glad I did it. Gave me a little bit of a kick to want to just have my training. How would I say this? We'll get into training. We'll get into like what we're going to be doing. But it gave me a little bit of a kick for my own training and my training intent. So very enjoyable. It was great to have you there. It was great to be doing that whole, like Andrew was handling, I was lifting. That was a good time. Yeah. Really good time.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else has happened between Sheffield and now?
You're super busy with college.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking...
You?
Just hanging on.
Aww.
Brother, I'm just hanging on, brother.
I'm just trying to get through it day by day.
I wish I was kidding. Training is going cooked, brother.
Tell us about it.
To be expected.
Why? What do you weigh right now?
Man, this morning, 104.5 again.
You might miss weight the wrong way.
Yeah, I actually might, because we were joking about it. We were joking about it when I was like 108, and I never expected to get down to 104. Let's bring it back to because man, it's been months. It actually has been months that we haven't talked about this, but it's been it's been weighing a lot on my mind, I would say.
Okay.
After Junior Euros, I don't even think we've fully explored it. Like I kind of have in my own head a little bit, and we've had some conversations, but I don't know if I've fully fleshed it out, and definitely not in a format like this.
Flesh it out.
But after Junior Euros, I got up to 117 kilos body weight. When I started powerlifting, I weighed 75 kilos. That's a lot of body weight gained.
42?
Not doing the maths, you can get the calculator out, brother. That's a lot of body weight gained. And the reason I gained that body weight is we had this whole philosophy that if I'm getting heavier, I'm going to be getting stronger, I'm going to be building more muscle, I'm going to have the ability to produce more force, I'm going to lift big, strong, heavy weights. And it worked. Like as I was moving up from 93 to 105, I was getting way stronger. I got up to 105 and I still felt good about body composition. I was like, you know what? The 120s are kind of a weaker class, like internationally. Let me just keep going, because I'm really going to keep getting stronger then. One of the things that I have in mind is I want to be built like Gavin Aiden before my frame. That was like a philosophy that I had for a while. Is like you kind of want to be one of the shortest, like stockiest, most jacked people in your weight class. Yeah. That was my philosophy. That's what I was trying to do, and it worked. I was actually like really happy and like pleasantly surprised that my idea wasn't stupid, and I managed to climb the ranks internationally as a 120. But when I started going over maybe like 111 kilos body weight, I was starting to be like, feeling a little bit flabby now, feeling a little bit pudgy, not feeling too great about body comp. Felt good up until 105. Maybe after 110, 111, I was like, maybe not so fun doing this. I don't really recognize myself when I look in the mirror. Sometimes I'm catching myself in pictures or videos and I'm like, ooh, okay. But thankfully, I knew that there was a deadline being the end of the juniors. So when I reach this point, I'm going to be able to lose whatever body weight that I've gained, or lose whatever body fat rather that I've gained. And that kept me going. Whenever there was periods where I was like struggling with body image, I was like, it's temporary. Like I'm not going to be like this forever. It's been a lot of hard work to get up to this size. It's not that I've been like lazy and got this big. I will be able to come back down body weight and it'll be fine. So that's what I did. I pushed on. I fucking got super strong in the process. I hit numbers that I never had even conceived that I would hit. I had that block running into Junior Worlds where I squatted 700 pounds, 317.5 kilos, 318 kilos, whatever it is, 200 bench, 340 deadlift. And honestly, when I hit those numbers, I was kind of like, I'm good.
I did it.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Like that was, I remember that week, that was like so fulfilling. I was like, I don't even need to hit these in comp. I could not even come close to these in comp, and I don't really care anymore. Like the fact that I did that I proved that to myself, that I've doubled down on the idea that I had, and I got to this position. I'm like, holy shit, it worked. So then going into Junior Worlds, I didn't match those numbers because I'd withdrawn those gains kind of in that block before. I couldn't match it again. And then with the short turnaround into Euros, you're not really building anything. You're just kind of trying to stay in one piece, trying to manage any niggles and aches and pains and stuff, and then get to express it again. Euros was obviously a disaster, that comp, the way that the day played out, but then came back together really good. And then I got that moment. I got that whole like switcheroo, get onto the podium, that like massive thing. After that one, I was like, okay, now I'm really good. Like, I don't know if it gets like much better than that for me. Like I've ticked all the boxes that I had as goals, like personally. And I kind of came out of that comp where I was like, I don't even know if there's any like more numbers that excite me that much, if I'm honest. Like if I think about squatting 325, I'm like, yeah, like it would be really cool. Like it'd be nice. Or like benching 210, 220. But then I consider I would have to be as heavy as I was at 117 or heavier. Maybe try recomp a little bit at that body weight and have a little bit less fat and a little bit more muscle. To stay that size, I was like, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze, or whatever the saying is. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm actually kind of just satisfied with what I've hit. And I would much rather now lose this body fat, because man, when we were like 18, 19, we used to be fucking shredded, man.
We were shredded.
We used to be shredded.
There's no way I'm getting a picture.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't know that about us either, man.
The OGs know.
Yeah, we used to like. I was looking back at pictures when I was like 18, 19.
I wish I posted it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, when I was 15, 16,
yeah,
probably you're the same.
Yeah.
Shredded.
Diced.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we've fucking grown a lot since then.
Yeah, I will say, like, that was under the right lighting. With a t-shirt on.
Yeah, with a t-shirt on, you don't look the same.
I look shit.
But now, in the t-shirt on, yeah, you look kind of big. Then with the t-shirt off, you're good.
Don't look.
Which, again, is fine. And I'm so glad that I did it because of all the like experiences and achievements that I got from doing that process. I was looking at all the medals that I had at home, and I was like, holy shit, like I actually did that. I did that. Like I'm coming up to my 10th international. Like I've been doing this. But it got to the stage where I was like, to be this heavy is no longer worth it. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
It's no longer worth it to me.
Yeah.
The excitement of hitting bigger numbers at the expense of the impact that being that heavy had on my quality of life day to day. I don't know if that was worth it. So after Junior Euros, I kind of embarked on a deficit, and I went down from 117 to like 108-ish. And then I was like, okay, 108, I'll call it here, and I'll kind of start rebuilding for Euros again. So I started upping my cals, and I think at the bottom of the deficit, my cals were like 3K, upped them to like 3,750, I think. And my body weight was still going down. And then I left it for like a week or so, still going down. Upped it to 4K, body weight still going down. And I got down to like 106 and a half, maybe, something like that. So I got down nearly like 11 kilos before body weight started stabilizing. And I was like, oh, shit. I wasn't expecting to get down this low. Now I have a little bit more to rebuild. So as I was doing that, I was looking at myself at 106 and I was like, oh, I kind of like this. Like, I kind of prefer sitting at this body weight. Again, when we spoke to Wheeze, he was saying, like, when you have to swing your leg to get out of the bed, like, I don't really love feeling like that anymore. And is, say, going for him from like a high 800 total to low 900s, is the amount of work that's going to take worth it? Especially when you're showing up against people like Nando, who just...
Josh.
Yeah. Oh, man. Looking crazy strong.
Crazy strong.
Is it worth it when you have these like 19-year-old kids who are just, man, insanity? So for me, like the personal satisfaction that I'd get from going from like mid 8s to high 8s to 9 doesn't feel that compelling anymore. And then to consider, okay, like there's not really a big appeal to me, like to do that. So I was like, I kind of don't want to even go back into a surplus for euros. Like I don't even really want to get that much heavier again. I'm enjoying my quality of life, how I feel day to day, how much more time I have because I'm not like eating so much food. I was going to say stuff in my face, but I'm not going to say that to you,
Still
brother.
doing that. You're on the deficit.
Man, fuck off.
Mouthful for half a day.
Man, fuck off. That's heinous. Yeah. So I was like, I actually don't want to get heavier. I'm enjoying this a lot. I actually reached out to see, because there's a rule in the Irish Powerlifting Federation that you have to compete internationally in the weight class that you qualified in. I was like, is there any way that we can bend that rule a little bit? Because I'm literally sitting like a fart above 105. Can I go? And they're like, nah, like if we bend the rule for you, then there's a precedent for everyone else. So no can do. So I was like, yep, get it. That's no problem. So it's just like a bit of a meh feeling then. Yeah. Because then I'm looking at this comp and I'm like, okay, it's kind of just like a token comp. I'm competing against people who are going to be 15-ish kilos heavier than me. And it's my first comp in the open. I'm kind of only doing it because it's my 10th international and it's in Spain and it's like the week before my birthday. So that'll be fun. Yeah. But in terms of like competitive wise, I'm down so much body weight. I'm not going to be looking at hitting PBs when I'm 13 kilos lighter, realistically. Yeah. Maybe I could with more time and then having come down further and then having like positive momentum of being in a surplus coming into the competition. But coming into the competition on like the down slope of a deficit and energy restriction, like you're just not going to be hitting big PBs realistically. And I'm not. So that was fine. I was sitting around like 106, 107. I was like, okay, maybe I'll creep up to like 108. And then Worlds is in June or July. I was like, maybe I could be up to like 110, 111. That's the cutoff where I'm really, like once I go beyond that point, I'm not happy with body comp anymore. And it's just definitely not worth it to get there. Then Sheffield came by. Lost body weight at that with the travel and whatnot. Then the Luxembourg trip came by. That was 4 or 5 days. Lost about 2 kilos on that trip. And then like a week or so after that, we had university nationals here and lost like 2 kilos, 3 kilos at that as well. So that was last weekend. Came home, knew I was going to be a little bit lighter, but I had been like 106-ish, 107. Stepped on the scale Monday morning, 104.1. And I was like, whoa, I was expecting to maybe be like 105 and a half, 106-ish, 104.1. That is very low. But I was like, okay, when I get back to regular eating, it'll be fine. It's going to blow back up to 106-ish, hopefully more. But have not had any appetite over the last few days. Like I've never been closer to getting sick and not getting sick from trying to just eat my meals. I just have zero appetite whatsoever. I have no desire to eat food. And then since we're so close to the competition, I just have no desire to go through that, to be honest. There's nothing, the feeling approaching the competition was more a feeling of like dread than any excitement. Again, I was like, I kind of just want to get this one out of the way. which sounds really bad. And it sounds like I have like a negative attitude towards it. And I kind of was pretty stressed about it for maybe the block or so leading in. But I think having gone through this week of training, we talked about it the other day when you have like a session where the weights maybe don't move how you thought they might. And someone's like, oh, like how'd your session go? I won't be posting it. Okay, that's
no, you're gonna see it on my Instagram.
Yeah, you're not gonna see it on my Instagram. You're not seeing that last heavy squat. That last heavy squat after University Nationals, coaching at that one. You're not seeing that one. That one, I didn't even download it off my camera. That's how bad that one was. It just flatlined me. And also, like thinking that my body weight was gonna kind of bounce back up after the comp when I got back to regular eating. I'm still like it's 5 days later and I'm still in the 104s.
Okay.
And I've been trying the last like couple of days, two days maybe. Appetite is improving, and I'm trying to force the calories in, but yeah, it actually might be the case where I have to like drink a liter of water before weigh-ins just so I can kind of bloat up and make it over the threshold. I'm not too concerned about it. I'm not too concerned about the competition. Thankfully, I had a bit of a mindset shift from being super stressed and, oh my God, my numbers are going to be down and people are going to think I'm shit. Like those kind of thoughts that go through your head. The gap in the gain. I was in the gap of where I used to be when I was way heavier and stronger. To the gain of how fortunate am I to be able to put on that Irish singlet, brother. How fortunate am I to be able to travel abroad with my friends, the people that I get on really well with. Jack Thornton's going to be coaching, Adam's going to be coaching, you're going to be there. Man, all the boys, that's going to be so good. How lucky am I to get to go to Spain? It's the week before my birthday, my 10th international. What a privileged position to be in. And then say I'm whatever, I'm like 13-ish kilos body weight down. To still be hitting the numbers that I'm hitting is actually, I'm actually quite happy with that. I'm proud of the strength that I've been able to maintain through that process. So that's another gain. Like imagine young Andrew looking at me now. And this is like, well, I know we were just talking about like bad days and not judging them as bad, but like in a bad run of training that I'm still able to handle these numbers. It's pretty big, man. That's bigger than like the lifetime goals that I had set out for myself. And I'm also way leaner. When I wake up in the morning and I see myself in the mirror, I'm not going, you fat cunt. So there's so much positive. There is so much positive. But I was definitely in the dumps for a while with training numbers and progress going down. And I was feeling really conflicted because there's the whole like identity side of things. I was like identifying as like a high level competitor and whatnot. Yeah. And as your performance is decreasing from that, you feel as though you're losing some of that identity maybe. That was something that I was grappling with. And anyway, I'm just going to go have fun at this competition. There's going to be no pressure whatsoever. I know my numbers are going to be down. And to be honest, I'm not fussed. And I think it's been something that I was going back and forth on for a while. I actually considered Junior Euros being my last comp for a period of time.
What's a period of time?
That's the fucking $1 million question, isn't it? It obviously didn't end up being a long period of time because I signed up for this one. But in my head, I was comfortable for that to be... I was comfortable to take a step away from competing at an international level. But then this opportunity coming around, being my 10th international, I was like, okay, might as well take that one, even if I'm not going to be super strong. But leading into this comp, I don't have like a burning desire. I don't feel like I'm missing out. I don't know the right way to word it, but I think I'm quite comfortable in the mindset of after this one, I'm probably gonna take a step back from prioritizing my own lifting as much, and shift that focus more into my coaching and the business side of things. It had been something that I was considering for a while, but again, there's that large identity role that's involved in that. I'm not quitting powerlifting by any means. I'm just shifting the priority away from kind of like Listus's periodization of your life idea. I'm scaling down the amount of investment that's going into my own lifting. Because again, I feel like I've reached a lot of the milestones that I wanted to reach. Weez touched on this a little bit in that he was talking about his role and his skills being perhaps better suited to supporting the progress of, say, the freak of nature lifters. Like, I'm not going to be a freak of nature lifter. Do you know what I mean? I feel maybe my role is better served as like a communicator of ideas, as a coach, as a person who does this, I don't know, as a talker. I found myself in the gym enjoying talking and coaching way more than my own lifting. And yeah, I think that is just the crux of it. I've done a lot of things that I wanted to do lifting wise, and I feel it's just probably an appropriate time to scale up the amount of effort and attention that I give to coaching. We have talked about this where it does line up with the end of juniors. It is somewhat of a natural progression, I think. I know there's a lot of people who talk about like, oh, when people like finish the juniors, they just drop off and they quit and they like pack it in, and they should be like focusing on their career into the open and whatnot. But I think that transition makes sense, that a lot of people may shift priorities and shift values.
It's around an age where life changes for a lot of people, you know. You're kind of putting on your big boy pants a little bit. You need to go out in the world and you're taking on new life priorities and whatnot. And that is something that is quite relevant to me, I think. And it's funny, and I'm sure there's going to be people who are listening who are like, man, shut up. But say I turn 24 in like a week or 2 weeks. I want to put myself in a position, I would say probably over the next 4 to 5 years, to like start a family, to have a house, to have these sorts of things. Like that is actually what seems more pressing in my life at the moment, rather than squatting 325 or benching 220. And I feel as though, and it's not to say those things can't exist at the same time, that you can't do both of them or pursue both of those avenues. But I find for myself, when I am all in on like athlete Andrew, it has to take away from other areas of my life, because I'm making sure that I'm sleeping 9 hours a night, and I'm making sure I'm getting in all of my cals regardless of what I have to do. That comes at the expense of having time to do whatever other tasks that I have to do throughout the day. So just being able to mentally scale that back and double down on the business side of things, the coaching side of things, I feel it's the right time to focus on that transition. And I'll still be training. I'll still be enjoying training. I'll probably drop another 10 kilos body weight. That's what I'm thinking at the moment. I'll still be doing this, still be trying to communicate ideas, still be helping other people get strong. But yeah, it just feels like it's about time for me to not be so focused on my own lifting. I feel like I've gained a lot of the stuff that I would gain out of it, the self-confidence, the self-efficacy, all of the connections, I've put myself on a platform where now I can have a business that is like, I'm making a living from this whole world and industry. Yeah. So I think after this competition, again, my head is not really in this one. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun with you out there. We're gonna lift some weights. Part of me was like, here, my right elbow hurts a little bit. My left knee is hurting a little bit. My lower back is hurting a little bit with that, like the body weight drop. I'm like, here,
do I just go out there and squat like 75 and bench 75? I'm not going to do that. I'll go out there and I'll lift to the best of my ability, whatever that may be. And it may be down a good margin. It is what it is, man. I'm not too fussed about that side of things anymore. And then from that point on, I'm gonna be Coach Blackwood, brother. That's where we're putting the eggs in that basket. Coach Blackwood. And then I'll get to, I think, just enjoy some other aspects of like health and fitness outside of powerlifting.
High rocks.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be doing a high rocks CrossFit. Yeah, I'll get to enjoy some of those things. Because again, when I'm athlete Andrew, and I'm weighing 117 kilos, do you want to go on a walk? No. No, I don't want to go on a walk.
Where are we walking to?
Are we walking to the fridge? Are we walking to Nando's? Are we walking to the gym?
Man, do you remember how fucking hot it was walking around Malta?
Oh, cooked.
Carrying 117 kilos around.
Yeah, man.
With the groceries.
Yeah, that was awful. And I lost like 3 kilos doing that.
Walking.
Man, just the amount of effort that it takes to maintain that body weight is just, it was just no longer worth it. It was just no longer worth it for me because I got the gains that I wanted to get out of it. And I just feel like my role could be better served as a coach or a facilitator of ideas and whatnot, rather than having to be super top athlete. So yeah, I'm gonna come down to more body weight and have fun.
How much?
I'd say
a lot. You said some more. I think if there's no powerlifting goal.
So I started off 75 kilos, went up to 117. Meet somewhere in the middle, 95-ish. Let's say 90 to 95. And if I'm not fucking shredded at that body weight, I'm pissed.
Man,
I'm pissed. I'm not going to be shredded at that body.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be shredded.
Come down more though.
I'll be a little bit lean, and then I'll be like,
oh well, 90 is just right there.
Yeah.
And then it's like
85.
Oh, if
85 be shredded. Yeah. And then you realize you're not shredded at 85, and then you have to go down to 77 or 75 to get shredded. All the natty bodybuilders are all like 70 something kilos shredded. So keep that in mind when you see people who are super mega jacked and shredded at like 110.
Sam Sulik.
Yeah. So someone was saying that to me as well, because I was like, oh man, it kind of just sucks, like trying to hit numbers that are like they used to move really easy, but they're like moving hard now. And they're like, yeah, brother, there's only one way to get lean and keep getting way stronger, and that's gonna get you banned. So we're not, well, who knows? Maybe we won't get you banned if fucking they don't do enough testing. They don't do enough fucking testing. But that's not my problem anymore. I don't even. It's not my problem. It's not my problem. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see. That'll actually be a fun experiment to see what body weight I would have to get down to be lean.
What else will you be doing?
It's a good question.
It does open the door to other athletic endeavors that are actually difficult when you're heavy.
Yeah.
As by heavy, I mean like high body fat.
For example, my brother keeps asking me to come like rock climbing or bouldering with him, and I'm like, oh, like when I lose a little bit of weight, just give me a couple of weeks when I come back down in body weight, that'll be easy. Because he's flying around, maybe 70 kilos or something. And he's like, come on, like you gotta come, and I'm like, no, because I've seen too many times where people get injured trying to do some shit that isn't powerlifting. Okay, and I'm not. If I got injured doing something like that, I'm like, man, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. So I just say no to almost everything. Like, so people are doing a race. Like, they're trying to do a 100-meter sprint. Keep it. I don't need to do that. I'm not. People are trying to, like, jump up and tap the thing, like, up real high. Keep it. I don't need to do that.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Where was it? That was in Sheffield?
It was in Sheffield. And Nando and Josh and James were, like, touching the rafters. And I was looking
literally
at that and I'm saying,
this box that is so high up, your brain doesn't even register something you can touch.
Nah. Yeah. I was like, I'm not even trying. I'm going to pop a hamstring. I'm too unathletic. I've been doing...
Fall through the floor when you land.
There's no shot. Like, meanwhile, Nando is like heavier. He's like 10 kilos heavier than me. But cooked. What was I saying? What will I be doing? Yes, like rock climbing and stuff. I'll just be able to actually go do that. I've started swimming and things with my brother as well. What?
The siren goes off.
Man, there's a well! There's a whale! Man the harpoons! Man the harpoons! Fuck's sake. Yeah. Nah. Like me and my brother were going swimming. That's been so fun. Whereas before, man, if I was prepping for Worlds and my brother's like, here, like, we going to swim? No shot.
Swim?
Man, no shot.
Yeah.
I'm fucking...
I'm eating.
Yeah, I'm eating and I'm not moving. Yeah. So no more of that. I can just do shit. Like,
Yeah. Would you do a high rocks?
you know what? I actually thought, like, maybe, because it would be such a different challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be doing the powerlifts. I'll be running a powerlifting split. Maybe I'll tone down the frequency a little bit so that I'm not beating myself up too much about, like, performance being down. But yeah, I'll just have more room to add in extra stuff. And I'll feel better day to day. I don't feel as sluggish. I don't feel as lethargic. I don't feel as groggy. I don't feel as whatever. Yeah. And then one of the biggest things is I just more time because I'm not spending as much time preparing food and eating it. And then, like, the brain fog you have after eating like a 2,000 calorie meal. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah. And it's just I'm in like a different phase now. It's just because I've spent so long on that end of the spectrum. Because I can appreciate there's probably people listening who are on that journey. They're on the journey of going up. They're on the journey of chasing these numbers. And I don't want to, I don't know, be harping on the other side of things. I still want, it is so worth doing that. It is so worth pursuing it. It's just now I'm at a stage where
it's not for you.
Yeah, it's almost like I've reached the end of the rainbow, kind of. Like I got the pot of gold. I got everything that I wanted to get out of it. Whereas I can appreciate there are people who are still on their mission. There's still things that they need to achieve and figure out about themselves through that process of training and chasing these big, massive goals. Just for me, I'm satisfied, and I think it is worth talking about because I haven't seen too many people talk about it. Maybe like Leah Bavwal, if I'm saying her name right. She recently like announced that she was taking a step back from powerlifting. I remember Denise Herber. She, like a untested lifter, she was massive. She took a step back as well. She's doing high rocks or something like that. Like, I don't know. There was periods, obviously, earlier in my years of powerlifting where I'm like, I'm doing this until the wheels fall off. But, you know, maybe there is a point where you realise you're satisfied and you don't need to push that as much.
You just find another rainbow.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother.
I'm interested to see what your rainbow is.
Getting diced. I'm sure as I get there,
Yeah, you might get
I'm going to be like,
and then you're like,
yeah, that was fun.
I need
And now I
something
want to
else.
spend some time on the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
So this is something I'm very aware of. I'm almost looking at this as a reset. That's why I'm saying it's just a break from competing rather than I'm stopping powerlifting or anything like that. Because I just feel like I spend so much time getting heavy. I need to almost like rebalance the scales and get rid of all of the, just like wipe the slate clean almost. Restart. Come back down to a baseline that I'm happy to build from again. That I'm happy to go back into a surplus because I'm not quite there yet. And I don't want to go back up as high as I was in the 120s. I can imagine myself at like peak bulk being 106, 107 going forward.
yeah,
So I can imagine coming down to low 90s and being like, okay, I'm lean. I've been lean for a couple months. It's not doing it for me anymore. The excitement has worn off. I kind of want to get stronger again. And then from that point, I can go back into a surplus. But from where I am now, I feel like I need to rebalance the scales. I need to pull it back down. Yeah.
yeah,
It felt good kind of getting that off my chest.
yeah.
And I felt like I was so like apprehensive about saying it or committing to that idea.
Why?
Because you feel like because you just hear other people say that you shouldn't do that, and like people who take a step back, like they can't hack it, or I don't know. Fear of the perception of others, perhaps.
Yeah.
But I know my own thoughts. I know my own opinions. I know my own feelings. I'm just going to do what I feel is right and what I think is right and what I feel is most compelling for me at the given time. And that's what it is. I'm not doing powerlifting for anyone else. And if it's at the stage where it's no longer fulfilling whatever role that it was fulfilling, sweet.
I'm glad to hear that. That you're not being swayed by the ideas of others or what you think others might think. Because also anybody that thinks negatively of what you're doing isn't someone that whose opinion is going to matter too much anyway, because they're not taking the time to consider how you feel or what you want.
So yeah. And that's the thing. I'm still going to be involved in powerlifting. I'm still going to be coaching. I'm still going to be at comps. I'm still going to be training. I'm still going to be doing all that kind of stuff. I'm literally just not focusing on lifting so heavy all the time.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see what you look like really lean.
We'll find out, brother. Yeah. We'll find out. I think it's also...
When was the last time you were lean? Like, were you lean at 93?
Nah, not super lean. I'd say like 87.
What's super lean? Striations, like.
Yeah, man. One thing I noticed, I was actually looking this morning. I'm getting like veins and stuff in my arms again. I'm like, I haven't seen this in...
You haven't seen veins anywhere.
Man, shut up. Yeah, like vascularity in my arms again. I'm like, yo, I forgot I could even have this.
Yeah.
It's just been fucking like sausage links on my fucking...
So dramatic.
That's what it's felt like, brother. But now seeing vascularity again, it's just like a new avenue to see some wins. Yeah, it's a new avenue to see some wins. So, yeah, I'm keen to see what I look like mid to low 90s. Hopefully it's... Because, okay, I have also spent more time consuming content from natural bodybuilders. And there's definitely a point in like a natural bodybuilding prep where there's a look, obviously depending on the person, but like it seems as though there's a look that's like halfway through where I'm like, hell yeah, I like that. And it seems to be like the tipping point of when you start going beyond that there's more negative like implications on how you're feeling and like your like libido drops and everything like that.
What's that?
Your sex drive, baby.
Fuck? Where'd you get that?
So, and you start kind of looking smaller, in my opinion. Like you're getting more shredded. Your conditioning is improving, but you're starting to look like a little bit on the skinnier side from, again, natural.
Especially natty, yeah.
So there is a look where it's like, okay, you still look jacked and you're lean, you're Instagram lean. So hopefully I can get down to like that level.
And do you maintain that for a while?
Hopefully. I don't know if it is like maintainable. Hopefully I'll get to a stage of like a leanness that is maintainable. And I'll sit there for a couple of months and I'll see how I feel at that body weight.
Yeah.
And from there I can decide and adjust as needed. But yeah. Instagram lean. Get Instagram lean. Then I'm also cautious of like, okay, am I getting in there because I want to get down there, or am I getting in there for the perception of others? Because I'm referring to it as Instagram lean.
So what do you think? Explore the idea.
I've explored it so much that I have kind of settled on, I think it is just for me, because I had spent so much time, like even getting really strong was to like prove to myself that I could do it. And I did that and I proved it to myself. And then coming down the deficit was like, okay, you got real strong, but you also got a little bit fat doing it. So can you lose that fat that you said you were going to lose? And then I did lose a large chunk of that. And I was like, oh shit, okay, you can do it. Can you go down a little bit leaner? So it's like, it's setting a new challenge for myself that I would like to see if I can follow through on. And I know I can follow through, to be honest. I know I can. So it'll just be doing that, proving it to myself again, and I just run out of things that I feel the need to prove to myself. And I kind of feel like I've run out of things in terms of getting strong, run out of things that I need to prove to myself. Yeah. Anyway, so how are you feeling? Remember I was saying I talked too much about myself? That was one of them. Brother.
You needed to say all that though.
I did.
And there was no There was nothing there that you said. If you left out any of that, it would have been a missing piece.
Yeah.
And there was also nothing for me to ask when you were talking either, because you were going. Yeah, it would have been interrupted.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did that.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear. I hear it all the time, but
yeah.
it's still nice to hear all at once.
Yeah.
Out loud.
Yeah. And now it's going out into the ether.
Yeah.
So I've got to follow through with it.
What are 3 things you've really enjoyed about your life in the last little while?
Whoa. Personal connection. Yeah. Just the people I have around me. Just got really good people around me. I'm very, very, very grateful for that. My circle is really supportive and like loving and compassionate, and I just like being around people like that. Every day is nice. That's the biggest one. That's the one that stands out the most.
Nice.
The mindset shift of being in the dumps a little bit, but now almost having that weight off my shoulders. That's something that I'm happy to have gone through. What was the question again? Things about your life that you're really...
Yeah. Things that you've been experiencing day to day. Yourself. Anything in your life.
What about you? What have you been experiencing? No, I hit 2. I hit 2 that came to mind.
Okay,
I need something from you. I need that'll stimulate my mind.
Yeah, friendships for sure.
Yeah.
Friendships for sure. Each of my close friendships are like a little bit different from one another.
Unique.
And they're all very enjoyable for different reasons, and it's nice to see others express themselves like wholly and not religiously. I don't mean that. I mean like like wholeheartedly and kind of without restriction. You know, when I get to see you for exactly what you're feeling and thinking and how you're viewing and reflecting on life. You know, it's like we're saying, some of the most satisfying experiences are where you learn about how other people are viewing things, and when it's someone who you know a lot about and you've seen experience a lot of things, it's like cool to see you unfold your life story. Yeah, it's been cool. And all my friends. The Uni Comp, my boy Thomas won and won best lifter, and then my boy Michael came second. So that was cool.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Because I've been coaching both of those for ages. And yeah.
There's a point in the back where it was your guys and then my guy. They were the last deadlifts of the day. Come on.
Yeah, the 3 last deadlifts of the day.
Yeah, were your 2 guys.
Were my guy, your guy.
Yeah.
Woo.
That was really good. Yeah, so to jump on that as well, I had 2 people win. 2 uni national champs, and then one of my guys came second as well in a really stacked class. So yeah, that was really good too.
Oh, yeah.
That was a super enjoyable comp experience, because it's very rare that we like cross over comps.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
So that was great. That was super enjoyable. But that ties into just the people around me. Like
it is people. It's always people.
It is.
It's always people.
All it is, man.
One thing that isn't necessarily people, there's people in it, but I watch it by myself. Is pause. Is
didn't even go there.
Yes, sir, I did. Is Daredevil.
Yeah.
Just came out week by week. 2 episodes came out. Daredevil is something I watched when I was 16. Yeah, you would have been 17. It came out in 2015.
Yeah.
First season. Then probably 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
And then that was back when Disney didn't own Marvel, and then they did. So cancelled all Netflix rights. And it was like, I looked it up because I was like, this show was amazing. I watched it when I was 16, 17, and then I watched it like last year through and through, and it was like new again. Loved it both times, especially more recently where I've seen a ton more stuff, so I know when something's good or bad. I was like, this is really good. And I looked it up, and that was like 89% Rotten Tomatoes, 4 out of 5, things like that. I was like, damn, like other people think it's really good as well. And then I found this like matrix of all the episodes across the 3 seasons, and like the lowest one had like a 7.5, and the rest were all like 8 to 10 class. So anyway, like Born Again is the new series, so I've been really enjoying that. Looking forward to that. I think the reason that is even apparent to me, because we all have stuff we like watching, series, shows, movies. But I think the reason that stands out is because I've been going like day to day slogging through college work, and it's always on my mind. So having something completely removed, external, that I'm like, oh, if I just like do today's library, and then tomorrow I'll go to the library after lectures, and it'll be out that night, and I can go home and watch it. Yeah, starting to get up earlier. Something just clicked. I was like, I keep going to bed so late, no matter what. And I think it was like, well, my body clock is kind of set so that not only my habits are set, and so like my cognitive tendencies and my body clock. So I'm probably not actually, you know, when you feel like an urge to go to bed, I'm not getting an urge to go to bed. Now that could be habitual as well, but everything. So I was like, well, one way to do it is just get up earlier, kind of get myself out of bed, even if I don't want to for the first few days, and then I'll probably start to fall asleep earlier. So I've only been doing it like twice, but I'd say after a week or two, it's fine. Getting up like an hour and a half earlier, maybe 2 hours earlier.
And what time is that, 10 p.m?
Not talking. Not telling you. Okay. Yeah. So trying that, and yeah, just excited to finish up this semester of college. Just feels like I've gone to
tell
college
me a little bit
for so
about that.
long,
Tell me a little bit
bro.
about that.
I've just been going to college for so long, you know. Like the 4-year undergrad, then this master's feels like year 5. Some people do 3 years of college and they're out. Some people don't go. You did what, a year and a half?
Yeah, hell
You
yeah.
don't have to do this like slog. Everybody has their own slog. Everybody's life has their own slog. People getting up, working. I'm sure people say who didn't go like a college route have been working since sooner, and they probably saying, I wish I was in college and I wasn't fucking working at fucking 7 a.m. every morning. But and I'm cautious not to reflect on it in a negative light, because I am so grateful, but I'm just ready for the next like chapter. I want to be like more practical application. I want to be working. I want to be trying things, meeting people as in like patients or people above me in the ranks, like people who are therapists, psychotherapists, neuropsychologists, things like that. I want to be experiencing more, because it just feels like, how many fucking more essays am I going to write? Like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I know 6 months' time, I won't have this feeling. It's just right now. And I probably get it every time. I'm pretty sure I used to always say to myself every year, every time I was like around the like end of the semester, or even in school for like leaving cert time, but like it kept going through college. I was like, oh my God, fuck this. How am I supposed to do this? And then I'd remind myself, you've done this over and over and over again every single year. And then now I have the most evidence that I can get through this period. So it's just a little bit sloggy as well.
The gap in the game.
Yeah.
Measure backwards.
Measure backwards and it helps, yeah. Doesn't matter what way you measure it, man. It's just not getting any bigger.
Every time, 2.5. Just going.
And no matter what I do, it's not the tape. I've tried 3 different tapes, 2 rulers, fucking calipers. I've tried it all, bro. Nothing helps. Perspective doesn't change it.
So dumb. So dumb. So man, we haven't recorded one of these in a while, and I keep going to use words that I shouldn't use.
Like what? What the fuck?
You
can curse.
Nah, I gotta keep a lid on it, brother.
Alright.
I
don't know what he's talking about. Profanity.
Yeah, profanity.
Is there anything else you want to cover on this episode of the pod? It's good to just shake the rust off, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like we've got this comp coming up.
Yeah.
We'll try record some bits in Malaga.
We fly to Malaga on Thursday.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Man, we're a week out. Oh, fuck off. Fuck's sake. Yeah, no, it'll be grand.
It will be, of course.
I'll be there.
Man, it's going to be fun. Man,
yeah.
What day do you lift on? Saturday?
Yeah, man, a few sangrias.
Sangria?
Yeah, get them out of the way.
Oh,
get
I'm
them
going to
out
have
of the way
sangrias
early, man.
early.
Man, to be honest,
You
a
could
few
have one
sangrias
as
before the comp. Man, will I do the comp after a couple of
boost.
sangrias?
Huh?
Will I have a few sangrias for the complex?
I was
Can
considering...
you not? Can you not? If they test you and you have alcohol in your system, is that a problem?
They're
They're not
just like,
testing
Jesus.
me. Man, literally the lightest fucker in the thing.
They test you and they're like, you're tricky.
Say again?
You're drinking. Yeah. I'm going to have a few sangrias One glass of sangria you're allowed.
One before the comp.
Yeah.
Okay.
One singular glass, not a pitcher.
Man, a pitcher of sangria.
No, but no. Man, apparently Torremolinos.
I'll probably perform better.
Let me look this shit up, man. Torremolinos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Are we in the center of it? Is there a center?
Nope. I think we're just on the beach.
Jamie, pull that up.
I think we're on the beach. Andrew, pull that up. Andrew, pull it up.
Yeah.
What are you looking up?
I'm looking up Torremolinos on the map.
Okay.
And I'm trying to see, are we like in the center? Will we be able to like visit the center? Or are we just on this like tiny beach? Probably near the center.
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. Very excited. Flying in Thursday. I'll coach Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You lift Saturday. Yeah, hell yeah. First Irish coaching for me.
Yeah. That'll be good.
Yep.
Damn. Look at us go, brother.
Look at us go.
From where we started.
Yeah. Still feel the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's the question, like, at what point does everyone feel like they have the same brain since?
Yeah.
It's like,
Man,
I was definitely different
16,
when I was like
17?
14,
Yeah.
15. But then going into 16, 17, 18, I would say 18.
18. Yeah. I would say, I feel like...
You grow, but you...
Yeah,
it
my
feels
brain
like
is... Yeah, you stay this... You like are perceiving
same
yourself
person.
in the same way, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the way.
man, I'm pissed. I remember I'm
I'm pissed.
pissed. I'm pissed.
I'm pissed.
The first Instagram post I have is when I used to play football. It was when I was like had gone from playing football into starting powerlifting, and I like reshared it. I was like, 7-8 years ago, whatever it is. Feels like a lifetime ago. Loads of people were like, "Is that you? Like, is that like?"
People say
as
that
if,
shit.
Yeah, but as if I was like unrecognizable. And they're like, "You could have given me 100 guesses, and I never would have guessed that's you." And I'm like, "Are you taking?
Look at my fucking face.
Yeah, are you pulling my leg?" Like, and they're like, "I would never have guessed that's you."
That's crazy.
And I'm like, "What? Shut the fuck up! Like, I don't look that different." And then I'm like, maybe people do perceive me as that different. And I was like, "Man, I need to lose some weight."
No, man, no. It's not that. Come on. Face
yeah.
that recognizable.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was... I could not believe that people were so shocked that was me. Anyway.
I saw you running, and they're like, that's not you.
Can't be.
Yeah.
Can't be.
Identical, but can't be you.
Because in my brain, I look the exact same.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I feel like I look the exact same.
Man, I feel smaller than I am.
Yeah, 100%.
I've started realizing that big time. Maybe everyone does.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'll be near people that when I see myself on picture and video, I'm either bigger than or the same size as.
Yeah.
And when I'm there, I'm like, I'm smaller in my head.
Yeah. What is the name for that again?
Dysmorphia, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you do.
Like,
have to,
it feels like
you're jacked.
Yeah, I don't think I take up much space sitting here, like left to right. You know what I mean?
Man, you do.
Yeah.
You do.
I know.
That's the problem.
Because I see it and I'm like,
and then the fucking man, we're the same height.
Hey, you feel so much bigger than me. It's so much bigger.
Yeah.
Feels like you're up here.
Yeah. Nah.
Crazy.
It
Do you
is
feel
crazy.
that towards me or about yourself?
Man, I always feel like you look more jacked than me.
Oh, get out of here.
Nah, you shut the fuck up.
Get out of here.
No, 100%.
That's ridiculous.
100%.
That's
That's been the case since like the first comp.
That's crazy.
Which is weird. It's
you're
like
jacked.
why does my brain do
why
that
do
to
we
me?
do this?
Why is my brain doing it to me?
Yeah, I'm
why
looking
can
down,
I
it's
not?
like, why are my arms so small?
Yeah, I look down and I'm like, my limbs so skinny and my belly is just huge. I feel like I have little twigs with like little baguettes, like little French stick of arm and leg, and then just this rotund belly. Like
It just doesn't look like that at all.
yeah, I'm pissed, man. And then I feel like I've got like a pigeon chest and like real narrow
Yeah,
shoulders.
narrow shoulders.
Why can I not like?
That's why it's nice doing curls like in the mirror. 'Cause I'm like, you are big.
You promise. I promise.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because when I look,
Does everyone feel that?
I don't know. When I look back at the videos when I was lean, I feel like I look bigger then than I look now, because you could see like all the muscle separation and whatnot.
Yeah.
Obviously in a t-shirt and everything. It's different.
Yeah, I've like seen so many alternative angles of me, say like walking out to lifts, and I'm like, oh, they're so skinny. You know?
Oh man, looking back at the Worlds and Euros videos now, where I'm like 10 plus kilos heavier. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
That is a big weight
I'm like,
difference.
why did no one tell me I look like that?
That's a huge weight difference.
Yeah, it is.
You
It's
did
really big.
You did a big cut. You reached like 113, didn't you? First, and then you cut down a while ago, like a year
yeah.
ago.
After Euros 23,
Okay.
I went from 113 to 108.
And then
I went from 117. Yeah, and then I went from 117 to 104.
Man, 90's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, 90 better go crazy. I'm gonna be pissed if I'm not.
Your clothes are gonna be swamping.
Oh man, I'm gonna be back to medium.
I'm
on 2XL. I'm gonna be wearing medium.
Medium. Get out of here.
Medium's crazy.
Medium. There has to be an L in it.
Yeah, nah, sure, it has to be hell. Yeah. We'll find out, brother.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Squat is gonna tank.
Oh boy.
Squat is already tanked.
Yeah.
So I don't care.
90 kilos.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's gonna be a new challenge. Do you know what else I'm like conscious of?
What?
I want to get a DEXA scan, and I also want to get my bloods done. But I kind of want to get leaner first before I do both of those things. But I'm more health conscious now as well, I would say. I think again, coming back to the somewhat,
What's like a normal heart rate?
my thing tells me as well. I think like beats per minute.
Yeah.
I think like anywhere from 50 to 80 maybe.
Okay.
What are you?
64.
Yeah, maybe I'm off at 80. Maybe 50 to 70.
I think so.
Yeah. What does mine say?
As soon as I get walking over, go.
Mine's 65. Yeah, as soon as I do moderately difficult exercise or activity.
Oh God.
Yeah, so like checking stuff like your blood pressure, getting your bloods done, get a DEXA scan. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to be healthy, brother.
What would you say? Man, you should have got it done at 117.
I know, but I was very conscious that I did not want to see what that said. Like, I did not
The
want to
doctor's
know.
like-
Man, I did not want to know my blood pressure that way.
He's like, whoa, lie down, lie down.
Quick, you're about to blow.
Sir, stop, you're about to blow. You're here for your blood pressure.
Yeah, what was I fucking talking about? Yeah, like and I think that is also part and parcel with, man, in the next, it's in the next like 5 years.
What is
It's gonna be like family time.
Man, get out of here. Get out of
Man,
here.
I'm like one of the fucking them sub-junior cunts called me Unk. They call me Unk, and I was
Oh,
like,
fair.
you know what? I actually am Unk now. I don't
Yeah,
give a
fair.
shit.
That's fair. Yeah, kids, man, get out of here.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be on the agenda, brother. So I want to be healthy.
My kids are gonna be better than yours.
Man, not a fucking chance. Man, I'm gonna beat the shit out of your kids.
Brother.
Okay, that was a joke. Okay, just so everyone knows, that's obviously a joke. But don't you dare fucking say your kids are gonna be better than mine.
Oh, that feels this fucking.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna stomp the shit out of them. Fuck them kids, brother.
Jesus. Man, I wonder, right? Is there a way to like, shortlist the sports that they could be good at? And get them in from early.
Yeah?
Like figure out,
What?
will they be genetically built for lifting?
With
this
our
sport?
genetics?
Not lifting.
Darts. Put them into darts early, brother.
Snooker?
Something like that.
Yeah. E-gaming?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say hobby horse.
No,
That's too hard.
no way. Not athletic enough.
God, no.
No, we're cooked, man. We just fucking
Man, I remember
academics or something.
people used to tell me, like, oh, you must have such good genetics. I don't. It's abnormal genetics. I'd say I must be, like, on the bell curve. I'm probably in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, just, like, literally on the mean.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're that bad because I was strong early or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I think in large part it is just the obsessive nature at which we we looked after training and nutrition from a very early age. Because I was talking to someone recently and like I was kind of, it was back and forth about like their interests outside of the gym and whatnot, and they were like listing off all these like cool things that they do, and I was like, my day is gym, 6 times a week for the last 5 years, gym, and then I yap in the gym, so that makes my sessions take twice as long.
Crank it.
Your face. You knew that was. You knew that was. Fuck it. Why is that funny?
Yeah. Go on.
Literally train, eat all my meals, do like coaching stuff. That's it, man. That's it for years.
Yeah.
For literal years, it's just been train, get all my meals in, minimize other activity.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's why I got so strong, like so strong. But that's why I
So strong. 700 pound squat.
That's why I got as strong as I did. Maybe that's the better way to word it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, I know the amount of effort that it took to get there, to like get stronger than that. Keep it. There's a beast. There's a beast entering the room.
He's not going to be able to make it over the cables, though.
Is he? No, he's fine.
You need to go to the toilet.
We have Andrew's dog here.
You should said something funnier. Like, Andrew's cousin here.
Oh, God.
We might.
Yeah.
Are we finishing up?
Yeah, to be honest. Does he need to go outside?
Yeah, I'd say so. Do you want to try come here for the people watching? You going to try?
Come on. Knock over the camera. Oh, he's so gentle. Come on. Oh, he's the best boy. Oh. The best boy.
Oh, you good boy.
Yeah. On that note.
Yeah.
Oh, he's backing it up. He's backing it up. Yeah. On that note.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, what a pleasure it was
watching.
to get back doing these again.
Yeah. We'll be on a more regular schedule. I think we fell out of the schedule because of
there was so many posts from Sheffield.
So we just were posting and posting. We didn't have to record.
Yeah.
But now we have to.
Yeah.
Let us know if there's anything you'd like us to talk about. Cover.
I think we'll go through some books or some stuff like that.
Anything fun you want us to go through? Anything fun you want us to do? See, now 10K challenge to Andrew probably means like steps or like a run, a 10K run challenge. But no, for real, let us know if there's anybody you want us to talk to as well. We'll be
Euros.
in Malaga, yeah. Let us know.
And I think that's a wrap.
Oh yeah.